What is up, Milwaukee Bucks fans, NBA fans out there listening? Guys, what is up? So we're starting to see the something beautiful forming and happening in Milwaukee with the Milwaukee Bucks. We saw it last night with Damian Lillard and Giannis hitting the court for the first time together, right? I know it's preseason, but they're already giving of what's to come in Milwaukee, stuff to get excited about. Also, in this video, I want to talk about a couple of bold predictions. So you're going to want to listen in. But before I get into all of that, guys, take a second to subscribe. Okay, so when we think of good duos and the best duos in the league, some guys that come to mind are Kyrie and Luca there in Dallas. We think of Kawhi and Paul George with the Clippers. We think of Anthony Davis and LeBron James in LA. We think of Tatum and Jaylen Brown in Boston. We think of Durant and Devin Booker with Phoenix. And then we also think this in Damian Lillard now. Okay, so something that's different about all the guys that I just mentioned. I cannot wait to dive into that and break that down. But right now, you're hearing and seeing the excitement of both Giannis and Damian Lillard. You can hear the excitement in their voice because they know what's to come. Okay, so let's get into it. What am I talking about? So Giannis was interviewed after the game and he said, I'll be very honest, I've never been this open. And first of all, I've never seen anybody being double teamed from the first possession of the game, meaning Damian Lillard. And that's who he's talking about. What did Damian Lillard have to say? Damian Lillard said, having another guy out there that's just dominant. Lillard said after Giannis has scored 16 points in 15 minutes, 7 of 10 shooting, he can just dominate the game and win you a game. First couple of plays, they blitz me. They and the guy that I'm releasing the ball to is Giannis. So I'm just like, okay, bring this. I can do this all night long. You know what I mean? So that's what he says. Okay. So you can hear the excitement in their voice. They're just like, oh my gosh, like Damian Lillard's like, okay, if they're gonna trap me and they're going to force a double team on me, I'm just gonna get rid of the ball to Giannis, right? Giannis, the best guy in the game down low. But somebody that we're not even mentioning is who I feel one of the best mid-range shooters in the game is Chris Middleton. So you've got Damian Lillard who can hit it from anywhere on the court. Then you're releasing the ball to either Middleton, who's a very good mid-range shooter, and then Giannis, the best guy in the league, the most dominant guy in the league. When you talk about just sheer dominance around the rim, Giannis is that guy. Okay, so both those guys, you can see the excitement. Giannis is like, dude, I've never had this before. I've never been this open. When I get the ball, I'm getting double or triple teamed, and now I get to release the ball to Damian Lillard, who's money. So he's like, oh my gosh, you're like, bring it. I can do this all day long. Okay, so let's take a look at the box score a second from last night. I know this is preseason, okay, but it should cause us to get excited, okay? So box score, we see Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's been a guy that was lost last season, a guy that we picked up. I'm excited about Jay Crowder. And what he could be a guy that, if you want to adjust a lineup and throw a wrench in the mix, you could put Middleton at the 2, Jay Crowder, at the 4, Giannis at the 3 if you wanted to, and Lopez at the 5, Lillard at the point. Or, you're seeing a lineup where you have Beasley in at 2 guard and then Jay Crowder coming off the bench. Just a lot of great options happening in Milwaukee. But you saw Damian Lillard play 22 minutes, 3 of 10 shooting, 2 of 7 from threes, okay, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, okay, that excites me, a guy that is just money, and I love Drew Holiday, okay, but so often when he would go to the line in the playoffs or whatever, I would be like, "Oh my gosh," like, it's not guaranteed the dude's gonna make it. It was like 70% from the free throw line, it seemed like in the playoffs. So super excited about that. Let's take a look at what we're gonna a preview of what Damian Lillard and Giannis are showing us in Milwaukee.
Puts it on the deck. A lot of contact. Loose ball. Here come the Bucks. Out ahead. Giannis, easy flush.
Okay, so you see it right there. You've got Damian Lillard. I mean, you got Giannis stripping the ball, and then you've got releasing it to Giannis. Giannis just taking it. Okay, we're going to see lots of that happening in Milwaukee. We're going to see a lot of give and goes. We're going to see a lot of openness, right? A lot of fast break. Damian Lillard dishing it out to Giannis. A lot of alley oops. There's so much to be excited about that's happened in Milwaukee, and not to mention, they've have a changeover in coaching. Something that I'm super excited about. Adrian Griffin, young blood. He is first time as a head coach. A lot of years of assistant experience in the league, but Adrian Griffin. Here's my number one bold prediction. Adrian Griffin and Terry Stotts, what they're going to be doing there in Milwaukee. I have a feeling he is going to be rumored as the coach of the year, okay, in Milwaukee, because there's just it's a recipe for a dynasty, which is my second big prediction. You could see a dynasty forming, and what I mean by that is Giannis and Lillard, the duos that I mentioned to start out with. It's guys that love to have the ball in their hands at all times. That is not the case with Giannis. Okay, Giannis loves to have the ball in his hands, but he loves to give it up, especially if he knows he's giving it up to a guy that can shoot. And a guy like Lillard will be loving to give the ball up, especially if he's getting double teamed, to a guy like Giannis that he knows is going to be productive. He did have another superstar in Portland. What I mean by that, if you can call him a superstar, with CJ McCollum, but he was another like for like guy, a guy that you couldn't hand the ball off to and expect greatness from. He's just another shooter, right? So in Milwaukee, you've got Lillard and Giannis, guys, and then you sprinkle in Middleton, and then you got Brook Lopez, who can stretch the floor, guys. We are going to see the start of something absolutely beautiful forming in Milwaukee. And my bold prediction is that we could see a mini dynasty happening. They've got Lillard on the books for 4 years. Oh my gosh. Watch out, Milwaukee.